Salute. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and power to everybody. Thanks for tapping in no matter where you may be on the planet. Thanks for your time, effort, and energy. For all the returning subscribers, I appreciate you. For the A1 Day ones, thanks for all your support, helping me get to where I am today. And for all the new subscribers, thanks. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? The love is definitely felt. And if this popped up in your algorithm, what I need you to do, I need you to subscribe. When I need you to do it, I need you to do it now. And for the haters and detractors, don't recommend, not interested, unsubscribe. Okay, so now we're going to get into relationships. I made a couple videos about it. If you haven't seen them, you go back through my timeline, you can pull them up. This particular video will be about your side, their side, and the truth. Nobody wants to be looked at as the bad person or the culprit. However, when you start to take accountability for what you know, you said or done, or what you could have done better, or decision making, that helps. So I'm saying that to say for myself, when I started to hold myself accountable in circumstances and situations, in relationships, it turned out for the better for me. Because when I was confronted by whether that was the other person's family or other person's friends or my kids or whoever, I was able to hold myself accountable. And there was a point that I wasn't doing that. And when I wasn't doing it, more problems came out of it. More arguments, more headaches, more distance. Meaning, if I wasn't around the person, or me and that person was at a distance, or we had any disagreements, it got worse because just like they didn't want to be held accountable, I didn't want to be held accountable. But now that I hold myself accountable, it don't matter if I'm at a distance from that person, or that person don't want to talk to me, deal with me. I can't worry about that. What I can worry about is me being honest when questions come my way, or me being honest when it's time to hold myself accountable about decisions I made, things I could do better, my approach, my decision making. That becomes relevant because we all got a story connected to a relationship. And a lot of times, the majority of the times, we don't want to say our role in it because, again, nobody wants to look like the bad person or the culprit, or nobody wants to be judged. And I'm not worried about being judged. At one point, I was, but I had to learn only God could judge me. I'm not perfect. And I have made a lot of critical mistakes, and I have made a lot of crucial mistakes. However, with that being said, the one mistake and the one crucial or detrimental error that I was making was not being honest with myself. So once I looked at that and reevaluated that, I'm like, you know what? Damn. But Lord, all I got to do is just be honest with myself. It don't matter what the other people or parties or persons going to think. Just be honest with myself. And once I started to do that, I felt a huge burden come off my shoulders. Because it's like, you know what? Even when my son or my daughter or one of my kids asks me something, now I'm in a place where I'm holding myself accountable. Well, Dad, why this happened? Well, this happened because I made a bad decision when it came to this, and that. Now, all the other questions you got pertaining to this situation, I can't answer that. I don't know. Well, what you sharing, my mother, what you sharing, my uncle, my aunt, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying I can't answer that. I can only answer this because this is my part in that situation, or this was my role in that circumstance. But I can't answer for other things and other people because then I'll be speaking for them. And the last thing I want to do is say something. They say, well, that's not true, or why he said that, or why he told you that. That's what I mean. He making up stories. So me being me now, when I'm asked something, I just be like, well, this is my role, or this is the decision that I made. And if that decision hurt you, harmed you, or made it seem as if I didn't care, I didn't love you, I apologize. At that time, this is what I was going through, and this was my mentality, or this is what I thought, or this is the decisions I thought would be best, or I seen that would be best. And if those decisions have hindered you, I apologize. And if they accept my apology, I'm thankful. If they don't, I'm willing to work on our relationship, or I'm willing to work on our situation, meaning me and my kid, or whoever the situation may involve. If it calls for that, or if it comes to that. And if it don't call for that, come to that, no problem. But I'm still going to hold me accountable. And like I said, when I did it, it was a huge burden lift off my shoulders and out of my life, because now I don't have to worry about it, because I know, you know what? I'm going to be 10 toes down. And me doing that, people have looked at me like, oh, word, damn, you did all that? You said all that? Yeah. What made you do that? Well, I had to tell them. Even if it calls for that relationship that I have with the other person, that me and them might have been cool or we might have been tight. Now, me and that person have a fallout or we have a disagreement. I can't worry about that. I got to worry about me being honest, me being truthful. So now they can evaluate if they want to deal with me or not. But in the past, I'm like, nah, if I say this, they ain't going to want to talk to me or we ain't going to be cool with it. So if they don't want to deal with me after I tell them the truth or tell them my decision making or what led up to my decision making or my role in that situation or said circumstances, I can't worry about that. What I can worry about is I was honest with them and I came clean. Yes, for them, also for myself. So I don't have to walk around like, damn, yo, I should have been said this. I should have been said that. I should have been told my girl. I should have been told my son or my daughter or my brother or my sister or my father or my coworker or whoever. I should have been said something. You know what I mean? Instead of me like, nah, I ain't gonna even say nothing, man. Like, I can't look at it like me saying something is a bad thing or me saying something is gonna cause problems. I can't look at that like that no more. I gotta be honest because that's my honor, that's my integrity, that's my dignity. I gotta be honest. And it was a point I wasn't doing it. So now, once I started doing it and I caught myself constantly doing it, I looked at like, yeah, ah man, I was rejoicing behind it because it's like I finally spoke up, finally said the truth. And again, it burnt a lot of relationships. I don't care. It also, though, rekindled a lot of relationships with people that like, you know what? I'm glad you was honest, man. Because now when they got to go back and reevaluate something, or they got to go back and ask other people or other parties that was connected, and they see, damn, they still not being honest, or they still not being sincere, or they still not being humble and modest. Well, at least he did. I'm good. And they'll come back to me like, yo, remember you told me this back 5 years ago, back 3 years ago, back 3 hours ago, back 3 months ago. Yeah, I found out this, and that. Yo, thanks for being honest. I'll be like, nah, no problem. I'm glad that you was able to come back to me and you see, you're more comfortable with talking to me about it. Because I was honest with you. More importantly, with myself. I'm going to say it again. I was honest with them, but more importantly, with myself. So when you're going through relationships, you gotta learn how to be honest with you. You don't want something, you don't like something, speak up. Like, yo, if it's your woman, yo, I appreciate you, but yo, I ain't gonna be paying for us to be going here all the time. Yo, I ain't gonna just be giving you money to fund your lifestyle and your habits. You could do that. And if that ain't good enough and you don't want me to be your man or your husband or your fiance, I'm not mad at that, but I need you to say that to other people because I don't want people not saying that what somebody else think or believe about you will become relevant. You just don't want to probably go through it because they living in denial. Meaning you don't want somebody talking crap to you about you because the other person is living in denial. Again, it might not be relevant or important that they talking crap to you about you, but you just don't want the other person living in denial, and that's why they're doing it. So what I'm saying is, a lot of people don't want to be held accountable. They're living in denial. So what that in turn does is get somebody else to talk crap to you and or about you because the other person is not being honest. So it could be your man and you told him something. Yo, look, I love you and all that, babe, but I can't be with you no more. Like, yo, I don't like your attitude, or you got bad habits, or you know what? Like I thought you been had a job by now. You take off, and they don't tell they family that. Like, oh, she just left me. She ain't want to deal with me no more. It's like, but hold on, nah, I ain't want to be with him no more because he ain't want to work. Like like, come on, he just sitting around. It's like I don't want to deal with nobody like that. Vice versa. You can tell your woman, yo, said I don't want to be paying for your bad decisions. Like she running up the light bill, running up the gas bill, you know, catching tickets on her car, whatever it is. You like, yo, nah, I don't want to be responsible for that. And she don't go back and tell her people that, or your kids that, or whoever that, or the next person that. It's like they run up on you like, yo, what happened to me? Or your girl said you just left. You ain't want to be there no more. Your wife said you just gave up, and it's like, nah, wasn't that. Like, yo, said I really didn't want to put you in our situation, but yo, this is what happened. Like I didn't want to be responsible for her lack thereof bad decisions she was making. Like she wasn't paying attention. Like she making bad decisions. I didn't want to be responsible for that. So I decided I didn't want to be in that situation no more. And they're like, oh wow, I didn't even know that. Yeah, and I didn't really even want to tell you that. So that's why it's important when you're in a relationship to be open and to be honest. It don't matter what the other person gonna think, feel, or believe. You can't worry about that. You got to be open because, again, you got your truth, they got their truth, and then it's what really happened. So it's your side, their side, and what really happened. So as long as you do your role and play your part and say what your position is with the situation or the circumstances, it don't matter what the other person do. They gotta live with that. You ain't gotta live with that. And like I said, I understand because I was living like that. Like I went through things and I wasn't being honest. And when I was confronted, I either did one out of these things: got mad, caused a further argument, and blew it out of proportion. So it's like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna just be honest. It don't matter how people gonna judge me regardless. Lying, telling the truth, being open-minded, being optimistic, it don't matter. People gonna talk regardless. But I'm learning this. I'm gonna give them something to talk about in the right way. Because I'm gonna be honest. And like I said, my honesty, I have burnt relationships. And my honesty, some relationships have rejoiced and reflourished. So, and I'm proud of that because at the end of the day, I didn't do it to get back in those relationships with people. I did it because it's better for me. It's better for my mental health. So at the end of the day, I don't got to worry about somebody like, oh, well, I mean, he only did that to put me down. Now, I did it because I wanted to see myself mentally, spiritually, and psychologically in a better space. And I'm understanding by me also doing it, I could have those awkward and unorthodox conversations with other people, and somebody could tell me something about me, and I'm gonna accept it and move on. I'm not gonna accept it and be combative and be argumentative all the time because it was a point I was like that. Somebody would tell me something, I would be argumentative, and it's like, you know what? I definitely when it applies to me, I'll be like, all right, I appreciate it, thanks, and I'm gonna keep it moving. But if it don't apply to me, I'm gonna be like, I mean, that's how you see it. That don't apply to me, but thanks anyway, though. But if it apply to me, I'll be like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna work on that. And I'm gonna keep it moving. But what I'm not gonna do is be in denial.